important thing about areas of controls. The towns generate an area of controls, but also the forts. We have the forts quite like in Hero 6, but in this game, when you attack a fort, it ends up being destroyed, and the area of control is destroyed also. So the mines and everything that is flagged in this area become free again, and they can be flagged by a single owner. And if you want to retake the area of control, you have to rebuild the fort, which has a cost. So we believe that it gives more importance strategically to the forts, and that you have more incentive to defend them once you have rebuilt them, because they cost you something.
So I saw there was a question. Maybe we can see the questions again, please. No, we don't. No.
Can we see the questions?
Okay, thank you. So it's AC Dragon, hi, by the way, who is asking if the voted off factions will return or not in future expansions. Well, time will tell. I mean, right now we are focusing on finishing Hero 7, so it's a bit early to talk about expansion plans and stuff like that. As usual, I like to say, we hope that ultimately we'll be able to have all 9 factions of Ashen in Hero 7, but first the game needs to be completed, and it will be good. That's a promise. But it's the sales and stuff like that will.
Yes, right now it's difficult to answer that question. We'll hope that it'll happen. Well, Hanneke asked us to explain the buildings on the adventure map, so I think we should take some time to have a look at them. So this was a dwelling. This is a new mine, Meteor Crater, so that contains Star Silver. So we can talk a bit about the resources in Hero 7. We are back to 7 resources, but the 3 new ones are new compared to Hero 6. So we still have the Dragon Blood Crystal, and in addition, in Hero 7 we have the Dragon Steel. So Dragon Steel is a metal which is a mix of Dragon Blood Crystal and steel, and it's forged by very specialized guys. You will discover that in the story.
Yeah. So the resources icons are not the final ones.
Yes.
Another thing that is placeholder, So don't freak out because they are.
Yeah, this is obviously a copy of the gold icon, which I made myself, by the way.
We are, multi-talented.
Yeah.
This team.
So yeah, this is Shadow Steel. So in the world of Ashen, it's already existing, but never as a resource. So it's a magical metal that is mostly forged by elves and dwarves, that is found in the underground of Ashen. And this is Star Silver, so it's very different. It comes from meteors that crashed on Ashen, and this is an example of the mine. So this is a meteor crater, and at the center of it is the resource.
So I see a very lore-based question. So just because I like this kind of questions.
Oh sure, let's go.
So can you tell more? And actually, it's actually personally directed to me. So Castor Arcanet, hello. Can you tell more about Demon's origin? Do they have a common ancestors with the Kriegans? Well, no, because as you may know, Ubisoft has started its own universe for the Might and Magic series back in Heroes 5, and so in this world Ashen, the demons are creatures of chaos created by Urgash, who is a dragon god of chaos. So they are not spacefaring like Hive aliens like in the old games, but they are many little winks and nods to the old games. So there will be some familiar heroes and stuff like that in each factions. But yeah, it's not the same world, but we're trying to keep as much as possible little links and references to the New World Computing games, because we love them as well.
Alright, sorry for the Kriegans. So this is an ore pit, by the way, so it's a classic resource. I think we have a gold mine here. Wow, it's really shining and full of gold. So classic again. A bit farther we have
Snow falling from the sky.
absolutely. So that's the mountain area.
So that's
So-
the kind of thing that the Unreal 3 engine that we are using for Hero 7 allows us to do, have a bit more life on the adventure map by having some weather
Yes.
effects and stuff like that in some areas. So it's not, it's not systemic, and it doesn't have an actual impact on the gameplay, except when scripted. This is something we'll see a bit later.
Oh well, we can say that the mountain, snowy terrain is slower than
Yeah,
roads,
but,
of
but
course.
the fact that the snow falls,
Yes, the weather itself.
is not.
No.
But actually, you can see the snow covering the buildings and stuff like that in the area where it's falling. So at
Yes.
least it's visually pretty nice. Yeah.
So I'm ending quickly with the resource. So this is a crystal cavern that provides dragon blood crystal. Here is an underground pit that allows you to collect shadow steel, but it's not so visible.
So again, it's a demo that was done for Gamescom when we announced the game. So yeah, it's a very scripted, linear kind of map. It doesn't show every subtlety of heroes. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's your question from Matty1000. Are the Necropolis and Stronghold faction finished? Well, we are working on everything, so
okay, yes, we are working on these, and you will have information soon, I guess.
yeah. Soon, with a little trademark in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just found a chest. So classical situation, you have to choose between XP and gold. That's a classic one. So I'm moving to show you something new. So this is something new in Hero 7. It's a destructible and rebuildable bridge. So right now I will interact with the flag, which is not the final thing. And the values here are also not final. The idea in Hero 7 is that you can create choke points by destroying infrastructure. So the bridge is one good example. The thing is, it doesn't take so much time to destroy and repair, but it costs resources. So you can isolate yourself or protect yourself from invasion. But again, if you want to go out of the same place, you will have to pay for the cost of repairing the bridge. And your opponent, if he wants to go the same way, has to spend the money too. So it's a double-edged strategy, but we believe it's very interesting for what we call map control. And this is my opponent. Oh, but the coward is fleeing.
Avalanche.
So that's a new scripted thing that you can find in the Hero 7 map to create interesting situations. So this is now impassable, and my opponent has taken refuge in the fort. So that's the occasion to...
Yeah, and that will be an occasion to actually answer a well-placed question. Can we see flanking? So I think in this map we'll see a bit of flanking.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Hopefully. Yeah. And again, if you want to learn more about the game and follow the development, don't hesitate to go to the Shadow Council website. So it's mmh7.com, and we'll talk a bit more about gameplay and stuff as we are doing it until the release of the game next year.
Yes, you'll receive regular updates on the content of the game and gameplay, and you can ask questions. And trust us, we are reading your reactions, and we take them into account as much as we can. So this is another map, and as I said already, this is a good example of a crowded map with a kind of labyrinth-like structure. So you will have to manage carefully your movements because you can be trapped, and this is the kind of place where flyers and teleporters have an interesting advantage. So that's not...
There are guys on magic carpets. I love that.
Exactly. So
Reminds me of the genes of Might and Magic Heroes
Yeah.
1.
These are academy apprentices. Okay, so about flanking, so the system is quite simple. If you attack an opponent from the side or from the back, you will get additional damage. We had first iteration of that system that included no retaliation rule if you attack from the back, but we'll revise that, and right now it's probably gonna go and only be additional damage because it was probably overpowered. To be honest, we're not afraid to try some extreme ideas because we know we have the tools to change that without too much time.
Yeah, that was actually one of the big advantages of going with Unreal Engine 3 this time instead of a custom engine like we had on Euro 6, because we don't have to focus too much on the technology. The tools are there, the engine is there, and I think has nothing to prove anymore.
Yes.
So we can actually focus on iterating and trying things and seeing if things work. So it's a huge relief as far as making this game is.
And if you're interested in game development itself, it's interesting to say that we have set up objectives for the developer a little bit to have tools that allow us to be very flexible and to also quick and easy balancing, so we can really try things and change them without too much cost. And we know this is a game that is very difficult to balance. There are tons of units, spells, abilities, and we need to be able to try things and say, okay, it doesn't work, so change it. And I'm happy to say that we have that possibilities with the tools we have. Okay, so this guy is in a corner, so not really easy to flank right now.
I see a question from Dave James from Heroes Community. Are apprentices core or elite?
Well, I know that. They are elite.
He knows.
Yeah, they are quite strong. I think this is the basic unit, so it doesn't have the right ability. So the thing with these guys is they have two ways of attacking. One is a piercing shot, so you can damage units that are hiding behind each other with one shot. And the upgrade guy can also use what we call the Nova attack, which is an area of damage. So you can switch depending on the situation. And they are, since it's a ranged and powerful attack, it's quite practical. But then not the toughest of guys, to be fair.
Check questions for a minute. Seraphael again, can we see any neutral creatures? Not in this demo, and actually we're still working on the final list of neutrals. So yeah, again, follow the Shadow Council on mmh7.com, and I'm pretty sure when we are ready to talk about this topic, we'll make an article about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Maximus the Zion is asking, is there Fog of War? Yes.
Yes, there is. You're right, maybe you removed it on this demo, right?
Yeah, but maybe he's asking, is this like a Heroes 5 kind of Fog of War, or the Heroes 4, that was a bit more like an RTS, there was a black Fog of War, and the ones that was coming back when you were not in an area and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's classical, I would say.
It's like
Fog of War for Heroes.
Heroes 5, Heroes 6, Heroes 3 kind of Fog of War.
Yeah, so actually for this demo we have highlighted all the game area, but it will look kind of like that. So if you haven't visited this area, oh, by the way, you can see there is something here, I don't know why. It's probably a bug, but
some wizard is going to do.
Yeah,
likes mountain trekking.
Shadow magic. Okay. Anyway, so interesting point also here. I've destroyed my enemy's fort. So as I explained, now if you attack a fort, which is an advanced post, you will destroy it automatically. So now nobody can enjoy the area of control of this fort, but I can rebuild it.
Oh.
So again, the price and values are not final, and hey, it comes back. So something interesting to notice, if I was from another faction, the fort would be in my faction style, now that I have rebuilt it.
A question from Becom, I don't know how you pronounced it. Any plans for map editor? Will it be good? Well, map editor is obviously a very important thing for Heroes, and we spent a lot of time before even going to production to work on the tools. So yeah, there will definitely be a map editor, and will it be good? Certainly hope so.
Yes.
And
And I think it's no secret, we can say it, the game is made with the game editor or the map editor. So this has been made with the map editor. So we are really using it in production. So you can be assured that it will be the same tools the developers are using. Okay, let's continue the adventure. So have you seen this? The path has been blocked by an avalanche here. So this way is blocked by a lake, and you can recognize this is an underground entrance. So like all Heroes games, you have undergrounds. In this case, it's a small and dark place with a twist in our small story.
yeah, so it's since Heroes 3 there are underground levels on some maps. It's not in every map, but there can be one, so it adds a sort of layer. And the snow is somehow
There is
falling.
snow in
It's
there.
strange.
Incredible.
And yeah, and usually sometimes you can find towns and whole empires underground. Sometimes it's just nice sort of quest areas with
Yeah.
treasure and stuff. Here, for instance, this mysterious angel statue, very out of place here.
Okay. I'm not sure it's so nice to destroy an angel statue. But oh,
It's
I think-
flushing the lake.
yeah, something happened here. We destroyed the wall or something, and now all the water is coming down from the lake up there. Wow. Okay.
So Arial 1070 is asking us about bosses. Will there be bosses in the game?
Well, we don't really plan to have bosses like in Hero 6, for instance. We thought that it wasn't exactly fitting for the kind of game we have, where one creature would need to have the equivalent of armies of health points, and that could work for a semi-god maybe, but we prefer to have custom battles with specific maps and events taking place in battles rather than bosses creature.
Dwarf Furious is,
Hey, hello Dwarfurious.
accusing
You're
us of somehow rigging the vote. Well, I wanted the dwarves to win, so yeah.
Oh, really? No.
Don't say it's our fault, man.
I think we have a big question for a random skill system. So right now we are set up on no random skill. We are chosen to give the control to the player. But I know there are a lot of debates about that, and some people really want some randomness in the game. So let's say we are still discussing if having a classic Heroes mode with random skills could be possible, but that would be probably only optional, and it's not guaranteed yet. So you can ask for it again, maybe you get it.
Razman is asking us which Heroes of Might and Magic inspired you the most. Well, it's a bit of every Heroes actually in this game. On some things like the scale and the general feeling, we went back to the Heroes 2, Heroes 3 kind of really feeling where you have the whole region at your feet basically. But there are a bit of everything.
Yeah, I think we cannot hide the fact that Heroes 3 is often heard to be the preferred of everyone, so we cannot really disregard that. I think we took some time to look back to the past, just like Ivan does in the game, to see what was best and popular and still made sense for this game. So I think there are some things back from Heroes 3, also from Heroes 5. Personally, I think there are some quite good things to take from Heroes 5. And as far as I'm concerned, these are my references from the series.
See, there have been a few questions, including one from XeldF2 about modding kits. Well, it's a bit early to say exactly what will be possible, but we really want the tools to be powerful in Hero 7, and again the fact that, I mean, if you have followed some Unreal Engine free games, you know that there are big possibilities.
I think I triggered something.
Yeah. So we are not lift the clouds about modding capabilities right now, but we are at least lifting the clouds on this Academy City.
Okay, so this is a big sequence. Our opponent is casting a very powerful spell to protect his town and stop us from invading. So that's something. By the way, this is the Academy town, so it's floating in the air. And now you've seen another set from this game. This was the mountain, and this is basically the desert, or the Academy world. Classic, let's say Middle Eastern. Whoa, this is Scorpion.
It's not a neutral creature, it's just decoration.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea.
Okay. So I go on playing a bit. Obviously I need a new spell to destroy this. I think it's safe to say that this is not gameplay again, it's a script, so this situation won't be happening all the time in the game. And this is an Arcane Library, so it's a adventure map building where you can find new spells. In this case, there is the spell we need to break the shield around the town, but in the final game you will be able to find different levels of Arcane Libraries with different spell of all levels, and this will be part of what we call the spell hunt. So that's an interesting topic I like to talk about, because this is something that was brought back from the past games. So if you played Hero 6, you know that the spells were part of the abilities you can acquire as a hero, and that you don't have a spell book per se, and you don't learn spells, you just acquire them through the skill system. And we thought it was a bit too bad to lose the fantasy of the spell hunt that existed in previous games, which means basically that you have a book you want to fill, and along your adventures you will find those spells in adventure maps, in mage guilds, in towns, and you really expect to find them all at some point. So this will be happening again in Hero 7, and it's the occasion to talk about the mage guild, because this also has been the topic of an article on the Shadow Council that you can check.
So again, mmh7.com.
Yes.
If you are, coming right now,
yeah,
you know where to go now.
You'll find all the information in there. I will be a bit shorter than the article, but basically in your towns, for every faction, you can develop a magic guild, which is a classic building that contains a certain number of spells, and visiting heroes will acquire those spells if they have the required skill in that the relevant magic school. And so you can upgrade your town, you upgrade your magic guilds so they have more spells and more powerful spells. And also we have additional systems, something that existed in Heroes 5. The Academy towns have an additional building, so their magic guilds have even more spells. And something that comes from the world of Ashan, a town can have, I always have at least one spell from their preferred school of magic. For instance, in the Haven town you will always have, for each level of the mage guild, one light spell, because it's their favorite magic, and you will not find spells from the school of darkness, because they hate that. So this will be a general rule for almost all the towns. And we are thinking about specialization that you could choose yourself for your mage guild, so you will get you will have more chances to get the spells you're interested in. I think that is something that the designers at Lambic came with after reading reactions from the fans thinking that this restriction of the magic schools could be too random and counter their intentions regarding spell acquisition. So that would be a tool that you could use to get more what you want.
Okay. How many levels in Mage Guilds?
Well, right now it's 4. It's again, it's classical. So for the magic system, basically you have 11 wild spells that you can acquire. Anybody can acquire, and for level 2 you need to have the first skill, and the Mage Guilds that gives you those spells is level 2, and you have up to spells level 5 that you can find in Mage Guilds level 4.
Okay.
So, do you have any other pending question, or are we doing this?
I think the time has come to break this.
Yeah, this
sort
guy
of
has sent
shiny
his
magic
titans
egg.
to attack us, and I really want to kick his ass. Sorry. So, yeah, that was my spell book. So, we have the adventure map spells that are in a special section. Right now, this is just for this map, and
So
something's
Oni
going
Blossom
wrong.
is asking us, will this game be more stable than the last one? But we certainly hope so, and that's also a reason why we decided to go with a tried and tested engine, so Unreal, because we don't want, to have the stability problem some people have experienced in Euro 6.
Yes. At least we can always blame Unreal. No, to be honest, we are in full production, and the build is really stable. We don't have crash problems. There are bugs, obviously, because we're working on the game, but it's already proving to be very solid. It's a pleasure to work with that kind of tool, really. Okay, so now we've destroyed the shield of the Academy Town. Let's attack. And, ooh, I see some new stuff here. So as you can see, we are going to fight female heroes. So for the guy who was asking, are there going to be any? Yes, there are.
But it's actually not one of the actual final Euro portraits for the game.
Yes.
It's an NPC from Might and Magic 10 Legacy, which was an awesome game, by the way. I hope you all bought it.
Yeah, I have the t-shirt.
But but there are definitely female heroes, but these
Okay.
portraits are not the final ones.
Yep. So this is another siege battle, but it's a bigger one for town. By the way, you can see that with our new tools, we can have quite nice decoration around the battle map. So we can have animations and things happening to give more context to the battle. So here is the Academy Town. As you can see, it's a big, nice entry, and they have these magical walls here. I can see flashes in this mode. It's probably magical trick. So again, this is a battle, but now we have catapult.